And I want to thank everybody for coming and watching the movie. And like I said earlier, it never dawned on me that anyone would produce a movie about what I did. And I hope you enjoyed it. I think it brought back a lot of memories to me. Things that I had. He dredged up material that I thought was long. I have no idea how he found some of this material, and it's probably better if I don't find out.
Probably, probably.
There's a lot of things that there was actually, in the course of the movie, there was somebody that referred to the fact that people had beer and popcorn while they watched the movie. I don't know about the popcorn, but I suspect the beer made the movies a lot better than people really were. The program gained a lot of acceptance in colleges, which I think made it what it was. It's amazing. I got to do a lot of personal appearances at college fraternity parties. College fraternity parties. They were great personal appearances, I'll tell you.
Didn't you tell me recently about NC State? What did you tell me about NC State?
This was the thing with the film. I would talk and he'd pop out another story.
Did you tell me?
NC State is, of course, in North Carolina. And I have been told that there was a fraternity down there that put this great big antenna on the top of their building. And at night, they could actually, if they aimed it toward Richmond, could pick up the station, and they actually watched it down in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I used to get mail from all over. Of course, television signals go further at night than they do during the day. And I would get mail from the Eastern Shore, because the engineer said it bounced across the water. I don't know. But it was a fascinating experience to do that, and I met a lot of people, and got to do a lot of good things. The skeleton story is one of my favorites. The thing in it's not in existence anymore, the piece that actually was in Soul Train. So the drawing was used. But the Soul Train episode is true. And back in those days, programs like Soul Train were what they called bicycles from television station to television station. Somebody would run it, then they would have to ship it someplace other station in the country to run it the next day, or the day after that. And the engineers electronically actually edited shots of me dancing into this. And this thing went to about 3 or 4 different markets. It went to Chicago, it went to St. Louis, and somebody finally did notice that, you know, something, I don't know what it is, but there's something in there that didn't right. And they checked it, and it finally reached. The distributor of the program found out about it, and the television station had to pay to replace the print. Which actually cost a fair amount of money back in those days. There's a lot of questions asked as to why there's not more of it in existence. But there wasn't a great deal of it saved. The program is always taped. The program is never live, which does show good sense on the part of the television station. They would tape the program on a Thursday afternoon, air it on a Saturday night, and then they would record over the same piece of tape the following week. So the tape was never saved. And today, I mean, people just willy-nilly save stuff. But back in those days, the videotape that was used by television stations was these great big reels. They were 2 inches wide, and one reel of tape cost $300. So to save it would have cost the station $1,200 a month just to save this footage of this program with this loon running around playing the ukulele.
$1,200 in 1973. Right? $1,200 in 1973.
Right.
So even more.
So of course it wasn't saved. Some people did save it. I'm very surprised there's as much existence as there is, because not so many people had home recorders back in those days. So I don't really know where it did come from. But if anybody has any questions, I'm glad to answer them if I can. The high spot of most of the programs seem to be the ukulele, which to this day I usually use as my big finish. I don't really mean it to be a big finish, but every time I play, everybody leaves. There's not a great deal left. This is the ukulele case that was in the movie. And this is the actual only thing that exists of the original program, with the exception of me. I still exist. And Reed Waller still exists. Reed, who you saw in the program, he got into doing it by accident also, because and this will probably come as a big surprise too. There wasn't a great deal of scripting done in the program. And it was basically early desperation. I mean, the part in the thing where I said that I went to the general manager and said, what do I do? And he said, well, say hi there. And I said, well, that's, you know, it'll take 2 seconds. What do we do for the rest? He said, it's not your problem. That's true. That's true story. So, and you're standing there, you've got 2 hours to fill, and there's this camera aimed at you. You do just about anything. So at one point, Reed was walking by and grabbed him and put him in the program. And it just sort of stayed. Reed was a funny. Reed, you know, was funny. But Reed was always a voice on the telephone, same as Mike did on WNBC. And they were just great people to work with. It was something I probably never experienced again. It was great to do it one time. And if anyone has any requests for a ukulele song, we're glad to play. Request for flowing in.
Let me know you worked on the Sailor Bob show, because that documentary was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. A lot of people know who the Sailor Bob show, which was in Richmond. And at one point, I actually was the director of the Sailor Bob show. For the most part, Sailor Bob's program was on Channel 12.
May I have your attention, please? Starting at 1 o'clock, we will have our horror costume contest for both children and adults. That's starting at 1 o'clock, the costume contest for children and adults. That's going to be in panel room 1. Follow the red werewolf feet to panel room 1. If you're going to participate in the contest, please line up outside the door and you'll get directions from there. Thank you.
I don't know if you guys think you're going to beat him in the contest. No. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I guess everyone's going to big contest.
We can do a little ukulele music if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Now tell
What's the name of that song? What's the name? Do you have a name?
No, I don't know.
Millstein. Now, I will say this on the DVD, that's in the special features, he explains how he learned the song and how all of that came about.
To yourself, I don't want to stand up here and talk stupid. That's Actually, I'm going to give away a secret right now. That's the only thing I can play. And I wrote that. But I used to do a thing every once in a while when I do personal appearances, and I would tell people that they could request something. What would you like to hear? You can request anything you want. And somebody would name up a song, and I would play what I just played. Then I say, anybody else? Anything you want? And somebody would name some other song, and I'd play what I just played. And then finally people would say, you said we can request anything we want. And I say, you can, but I'm going to play it. You can request anything you want. Again, I thank everybody for coming. I hope everyone will go down and have a real good time downstairs. There's a lot of good stuff from a lot of people that do a lot of things in the horror movie industry. And,
Are you going to be hanging around all day, perhaps?
I'll be here for a while.
Yeah, for a while.
I'll be a good while.
Good.
Downstairs, we have a couple tables set up. There are DVDs for sale. There are posters and things for sale. Bill is signing autographs. That is also for sale.
If anyone has any questions you'd like to ask me in person, but don't say that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very, very much.
All right.
I'd also like to introduce my granddaughter.
Oh yeah, Casey. You want to congratulate Casey because she is engaged to be married when?
April next year.
April of next year, so that's one for this. Casey just got a brand new job, which is hard to do in this world right now, so congratulations.
Casey has requested that at the reception I dance with her. We're going to dance to Soul Man.
Bill, are you going to do it in costume?
No.
No.